What's going on, y'all? Thank y'all for tuning in to another episode of PPP. This is the Pigskin Posse Podcast. This is the football segment of Taking Shots with Tim Breland and Ryan. And sorry about the hiatus. Just everybody got different schedules, and me and Ryan had to recover from our fantastic fucking trip from Oklahoma. Oh man, that was a hell of an experience. What was your favorite part about the trip, Ryan?
This the atmosphere. This the amount of people that like the
Most
same team
definitely
I
being around
did
a
for
bunch of
once.
college football fans. It was a hell of an experience. Yeah. I enjoyed. I
Oh
think one of
yeah,
my favorite things was when we was doing the Boomer Sooner chant. You had one side yelling Boomer and the other side yelling Sooner.
yeah.
I thought that shit was cool as fuck. Yeah.
Oh yeah. That yeah. I always used to hear that on the game and like before, like playoff games and shit. So
Yeah.
it's hella
I
dope
thought
to
y'all
see.
looked pretty good,
So yeah,
man.
this the this. I mean, just the overall atmosphere. Like the people are nice. Like you conversating during the games. Just a great experience. Great college
Not only
football
just
experience.
that, we didn't have we had educated college football fans. They're just like they're not just there to watch the game. They're not there just to kick it. They was there to watch the game, and they knew what the fuck they was talking about. They knew their OU history, and like everybody that sat around us, it's just everybody was there for the same reasons.
Yeah, yep. And I was talking to a dude that his first year at OU was like 1964, so he saw like the Billy Sims Heisman's, the Billy Sims Heisman's, the Barry Switzer era, the Bob Stoops era, and even the Lincoln Riley era. So he's seen Oklahoma at every stage. So that was just a refreshing experience for me to hear. And then like on top of that, just like the atmosphere, and then like hearing the crowd and the Sooner scooter, like it was just like an experience for me to take in, bro. I was just like, wow, I'm really here. It's like a surreal experience for me,
Most
and I'm
definitely,
very thankful I was able to see
man.
that.
Most definitely, horns
Boomer
down.
Sooner.
It was good. And you know what? It was real cool to be able to do that with a bunch of people all weekend. I ain't like I've
Yeah.
been to quite a few football games, but let me be the first to tell you, like going to Oklahoma, that's an experience. Going to that type of college football environment, I promise you, is nothing like it. I advise everybody, if you get the opportunity, go to a college football game, whether it's in Oklahoma, preferably Oklahoma, because that was my first football. That was my first major college football experience. Get
Or you can go to Alabama or Georgia or Clemson or where whoever you like, you can go see it, but
most
preferably
definitely.
Boomer Sooner. You feel me? Oklahoma Memorial
Yeah, as Ryan,
Stadium.
it's technically Gaylord, but it's all to Ryan and to me, mainly to Ryan. It's always going to be Oklahoma Memorial. We don't give a damn how many times they change the name.
That don't need to know that they don't need to know that shit, man. That's just the motherfucker that dropped some bread in it. That was his name, I guess. Hey, that's right
Yep.
on, brother.
I guess he felt like, damn, if I'm gonna be dropping some money on this shit, my name got to be on it somewhere, right? It's kind of like the dude
Hmm.
that's always he donates all that money to Oregon. That's how they got all them nice fucking uniforms every year. Ain't won shit.
Phil Knight. Phil Knight. I mean, he started at Nike.
Most
That's where
definitely.
he went to school at.
So
So.
out of this year's Oklahoma team compared to the last 3 or 4 years, the Lincoln Riley era, I guess you could say. What do you like most about your team so far?
Uh, Defensively, we're flying to the ball, sideline to sideline, contested catches, getting in the backfield, sacking the quarterback, getting the running back. This everything we probably haven't seen from Oklahoma defense since 2012, since last time Brent Venables was there. Um, that's the takeaway from it, and like the offense is just as good as the defense. Like that we're playing two sides of football. We're two dimensional now. Like if you're a two-dimensional team playing at a high level, you would assume that's playoff aspirations and hopefully a national championship.
Most definitely. I
Never
actually,
know.
I really like that little 1-2 punch I got in the backfield. Eric Gray and Marcus Major, and another little dude, Javante Barnes. He's actually, I don't know, man. One of them guys better watch their spot because that little dude's coming.
Yeah, I mean, if somebody gets injured, Lord forbid, he's definitely going to be playing. But I'm excited for the years to come for that individual. He's going to have a great career and hopefully
Most definitely, most
balls
definitely.
out.
I do, like I said, I definitely, I love y'all's defense. That what's his name, Stotsman, the linebacker, him and Reggie Grimes. I think they definitely go be in the running for Big 12 and possibly, Big 12 defensive player of the year. Also, maybe what's the defensive trophy for the best linebacker, best D lineman or something like that? They got trophies for that.
Uh, I have no
Yeah,
idea, but I know it's
they
trophies
definitely gonna
for
be
it.
in they definitely gonna be in those conversations for at least for this year. I feel like I will say though the only thing I don't like is I see a little bit of inaccuracy with Dylan Gabriel. Like he don't get me wrong, he plays hard. It's just in the last game, it's a couple throws that he made. It was just like how the fuck do you not make that throw, man?
Hmm. I mean, but at the same time, a lot of those throws was high, and they only was where the receiver could get them. So, I kind of would like that if he don't catch it, it hits the ground, incomplete pass, we go to second down or something like that. But versus an interception or a tip pass, and everybody's fighting for it, then it hits the ground. So I'd rather have that. I mean, I feel like Dylan Gabriel
Yeah,
is definitely comfortable in the offense. Like you said, he can make better passes and be better. But I mean, that's the beauty of
yeah.
having a long season because over time you
Most
can improve
definitely,
on those
especially
things and
with
get better.
y'all going into Big 12 play this week. I think you guys got Kansas State, which I'm actually pretty excited for because they giving y'all trouble the last couple years, and I don't think y'all gonna have much of a problem out of them this year, especially with that stout ass defense.
Yeah, they still got is his name Deuce, number 22 in Kansas State. He's very fast. He's about 5'5", so he'll be hard to see behind the tackles and whatnot. But I have confidence that we'll make the right adjustments and be able to take care of that come
For sure. I
Saturday
mean, I'll be
night
sliding out
game.
there. I'll definitely be sliding out there. Now I gotta talk about my fucking Michigan State Spartans. Really fucking disappointed me this weekend. Before I do talk about this damn team, I want to say I'm not happy with the AP and coaches rankings. How the fuck we go from number 11 to not being in the rankings at all? And Washington, that's very disrespectful.
That's
And then
disrespectful.
Washington goes from not being ranked to jumping all the way up to I think it's number 14, number 13 or 14 like that. That don't make no sense to me. So pretty much if you're like a top 15
I
team and
mean,
you lose, they kick you out the
that is
rankings. What kind of shit is that?
they just beat the team that beat Michigan last year. That's what they're going off of. Season's that young, so that's the mindset I guess the committee has with that ranking. But y'all should still be ranked. But
Yeah, we know how these
whatever.
fucking rankings and judges can be.
I mean, if there's one thing I had to say, maybe an improvement with decision making at quarterback. But outside of that,
We're
the
loaded
team
on
is
offense.
loaded.
I'm pretty. That freshman Keon Coleman. I really like him for years to come. I pray to God he doesn't transfer next year because we got two good quarterbacks waiting in the wings. Jalen Berger. He definitely looks nice in the backfield. Still
Mm.
not Kenneth Walker. He couldn't. I definitely think that's one of the things that hurt us this weekend. Last weekend, whenever we played Washington, is we just couldn't run the ball. And I mean, it really doesn't help whenever you give up fucking 400 yards of passing on offense and you can't get the team off the field on third down. I mean, the game is won on third
Well,
down.
if you can't get the team off the field on third down, that
Yeah,
is a
most
recipe for
definitely. I
disaster.
mean, we got outscored. I think it was like 28-7 in the first half, and QB just didn't. He didn't. Peyton Thorne didn't play very well, and it's how do you come back from that? You're down 28-7 to an unranked team, and I mean, as college football, we've seen crazier things happen. But you're down 28-7 in the first half to an unranked team, and then we're in their house on top of that. So it's just they got to tighten up their defense, otherwise we're definitely not beating Ohio State with that fucking wide receiver core they got over there.
Well, I mean, like I said earlier, the best thing about a long season is that it continues and you can make adjustments and improvements on things. So I wouldn't doubt them just yet. This might make them more hungry and more aggressive going down the stretch. So I still would be worried about Michigan
I'm
State
definitely
going on for the
worried.
season.
I mean, of course, we always got Michigan. Then we got Ohio State later on in the year. We get a nice little bounce. We get a nice little bounce back game next week in Minnesota. I wouldn't call it a night because they're always decent. I'm not gonna say they're a tough team, but they always give us a little bit of fight.
I mean, outside of COVID year,
Yeah, I mean, hey, they put talent in NFL. Like I say that. I say that much, but it's Minnesota, so never know what the hell you're gonna get. And they're one of the lower ranked teams in the Big Ten, so ain't no telling what the hell could happen. For sure.
We'll see.
All right, so we're gonna go ahead and transition into the NFL, pro football. First storyline of the day, of course, the Bucs beat the Saints 20-10, but there was a lot to take away from this game. Of course, the defense picked off Jameis 3 times. I don't know if anybody noticed, but Brady didn't play well, but he was complaining after like every missed a drop pass, every call he did or didn't get. And it's like, dude, it's not like you're not throwing for 300 or 400 yards. So what the hell are you complaining about? Maybe you need to clean up your play.
I feel like there's a lot of off the field distractions for Brady this year, so I think that's kind of playing a toll. But I mean, a win is a win, and they got the W.
The Saints.
He finally beat New Orleans during the regular season, so we'll see next week. Mike Evans is gone for the next game because of the altercation he got into during that game. I don't know I mean, every time they seem to play, he always gets into it with that cornerback. So I mean, we'll definitely see how they're gonna look next week because they don't have Mike Evans. I mean, and he's like sometimes he's the momentum shifter for them sometimes on offense. So we'll just have to see. I still feel like it's go Brady. Tom's gonna be Tom. Tom still went out there and threw the game winning touchdown pass to forgive me a brother I don't
That's
know.
All good.
So we'll just have to. I mean, like I still feel like. I mean, they still got Leonard Fournette. I mean, Bruce Arians. I saw him on the sideline during the game. So I mean, you still got him. So I mean, they're all right. They're all right. It's just a number of making the right plays, going out there being aggressive.
I was definitely touching on that Mike Evans and Marshawn Lattimore. I think it just gets to a point. Mike Evans is always frustrated by Marshawn Lattimore because Lattimore. I'm not gonna say he locks him up, but I think that's the cornerback that he does. I mean,
he locks him up.
I think Mike Evans is only averaging like 50 yards, like 3 or 4 catches, 50 yards a game on Lattimore, and he only has 1 touchdown on him on top of that. So it's like that's one. And being that Lattimore sees him twice a year, he knows all his moves. He knows what he's gonna do. And I think this is like the second or third time Mike Evans has been thrown out against Lattimore. So it's like, he like, dude, he know how to get under your skin. Like, why do you continue to allow him to do that? But going back to that fight, what it was Lattimore was, Brady was walking off the field. Lattimore kind of waved off Brady, and of course, you know how Brady is. When he gets mouthy, he gets fucking mouthy.
What the fuck did you say, motherfucker?
Pretty much. And so, I get where Evans was coming from, but it was just unnecessary, bro. I mean, it was a blunt, for one, Lattimore didn't see it coming, and Lattimore didn't hit Tom. He pushed Fournette because Fournette put his fucking hand in his face. And I mean, I'm going to push your ass back too. Don't put your fucking hand in my face. Plain and simple. That's just disrespectful. But like he pushed Fournette, and I guess Brady was trying to step in between the two. And when he pushed Fournette, he kind of pushed Brady too. So that's when Mike Evans, got pissed off. I mean, you saw what he said to the ref, like, that's fucking Tom Brady. What the fuck you want me to do? So I get it. He's coming to the aid of his quarterback. So I understand it, but you got to do a better job of controlling your temper, bro.
I mean, it make more sense. You're a professional, and I mean, like you said, that they play each other twice a year, so you think Mike Evans would do something. But like when you want to make an impact on the game so bad and you can't, like it's not like basketball where if you can't score, you can get a rebound, you can assist, get some steals. It's more like so like you just got to be a good decoy at that position, or you gotta be a good blocker on a run play. You just got to find different ways to affect the game. And it's unfortunate that he allowed the circumstance to get the best of him. But Mike Evans is still a great player. I expect him to have another decent year, good year. So it's just a bump in the
I
road
don't know
for
about
another Super
Super Bowl
Bowl.
because I mean, we gonna address the elephant in the room. I don't know if anybody's watched Brady, but Brady's looked absolutely terrible so these first two games of the season, and I get it. Brady's not mentally where he needs to be. You know, he was having, that's why they had him. It took him 11 days to report to the team because they allowed him that time to get his head together. Of course, he has problems going on at home, and you can tell it's fucking with him. Like what's understood don't need to be what's understood don't need to be said.
And he has every Wednesday off. Mind you, he's 45. So, I mean, it's not like he's a spring chicken out there playing quarterback, but do I expect Tom Brady to be mentally prepared and understand the assignment each and every Sunday or Monday or
Yep.
Thursday? Yes. It's just, I mean, Tom Brady, they was like the Super Bowl year, they were 7-5 at the bye week, and then they just grouped together and played the best football until the end of the year. So it's you
Yeah.
catch momentum at different times. So, and again, it's early. It's week 3. We're still in September. We got October, November, and December. So
I
it's,
get
it's
that,
much more
but
time.
my thing with Brady is like, dude, you damn near won the MVP last year, and this year you don't look as good. Now I get it. Julio's hurt. They don't have AB. Godwin's hurt. They're missing like 2 or 3 linemen. So I get that, but it's like Brady just don't look like himself. Yeah, his center I think Ryan Jensen, he got hurt. I think he's done for the season. Then Ali Marpet, he retired. He was Brady's guardian, I guess you could say. So I mean, they definitely got some offensive line issues, but
He don't got a
you know,
safety blanket no more. Gronk said, "Fuck it." So he got a rookie tight end out there that he's trying to make Gronk. So I mean, but if anybody can get
for
the best
sure,
out of their
for
players, it's
sure.
Tom Brady.
I learned my lesson with counting out.
So
I'm not completely counting out Brady right now. I know it's the beginning. We got a long season. We got 15 games left, so he can definitely get it. He can definitely get it together. If anybody can get it together, it's definitely Brady. We've seen it time and time again. He's done way better with less talent. So I do expect him to bounce back, but right now he just don't. It's not looking good for him. As from a football perspective, I hope he can get it together, but it'd be nice to see Tom Brady not in, not everybody's Super Bowl favorite for a change.
I mean, it's
For
go Brady,
sure.
man.
But
It's go Brady.
I know you gonna
It's
say that.
go Brady. It's go Brady.
All right, moving on. So we got to talk about the fucking Ravens just completely collapsing in the fourth quarter to the Dolphins. Like,
I stopped watching the game, bro. I like when Lamar broke that mud for 80. I'm
it's
like, all
over.
right, this is bad. I turn back. Tyreek is open, and then he walking into the end zone. I'm like, it's 35-35. Tua threw 4 touchdown passes in
No,
the
no, 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 no.
fourth
Two, yeah,
quarter.
in the fourth quarter, yeah. No, he threw 4. I no 3. I think 3 or 4 in the fourth quarter.
4, bro. Waddle and right now Waddle and Tyreek are in the top 5 leading receivers in the
Crazy.
NFL.
And then fucking
Oh
Tua
my
and
god.
Jalen, the 2 quarterbacks they said have throwing and accuracy and precision issues, are they're the lead they're the lead leading passes this year so far.
Yep. Yep, Eagles got the best offense in the NFL. So far, it's a young season, so I don't get caught up. I start talking about stuff like that
True.
around
Yep.
Halloween.
Once everybody get
Around
established
Halloween.
and the season really get into full swing, oh yeah, most definitely. Yep. But
You
Ravens were
know,
up 35-14 going into the fourth. And I think at the 8-minute mark, once he threw that touchdown, I think it was Gesicki. It was just downhill from there. It was just downhill. It was
I,
downhill from there.
I didn't understand. I was just like, and then he find
He
Tyreek and
found
Waddle
he
for the
found
game
Waddle.
winner
This is how they scored 21 unanswered points in the fourth quarter, and this is how it went.
because he got
Yeah,
rookies back there in the
well,
secondary,
the safety,
safety.
yeah, but they got veterans at corner. They had Marcus Peters, and granted, he's coming off injury from last year, and I don't think he played week one, so I kind of get that. But it's like, dude, you and Marlon are both veterans. Like, y'all, how the fuck you let the fastest man in the NFL get behind you like that?
Didn't chip his ass or nothing.
Like, are
To an
y'all playing?
island. That's what happened.
I know damn well y'all not playing cover two in a situation like this. Very stupid.
That's stupid.
But this is how these are their last three touchdowns.
But you got Waddle, so you gotta if you gotta play him straight up because you
Yeah, a
got Waddle
lot
on
of
the other
speed on that
side.
offense.
It's
Trying to cover them two motherfuckers, like, good luck. You try to double them with you try to double them with a safety and a corner. You're gonna leave the fucking tight end open right up the middle every time, every fucking time. This is how their last three touchdowns went. 48 yarder to Tyreek, a 68 yarder to Tyreek, and went and then it went had a 7-yard pass to Jalen Waddle with 19 seconds left. And on them 48 yarders to Tyreek, I can say Tua actually threw some pretty he threw two pretty ass dimes,
dimes.
and that was the biggest knock on him.
Dimes.
That was the
Like
biggest
he's
knock on him
Alabama
was
again,
was him being able to throw the deep ball.
But he throwing to a motherfucker that's learning how to be the guy. And then he's also throwing to a motherfucker that is the guy. So it's like, no, but this how you I would love to be a fly on the wall. Watching
Seriously,
them
just a
practice
ball boy or a
sometime,
water
dog.
boy, just
Man.
something.
Man, what the fuck you doing?
I want to know what the fuck is going on in Mike McDonald's head. Like, as he's watching this, is like, dude, I got two fucking speedsters at my wide receiver core. Like, I can do damn near whatever the fuck I want here.
Man, he thinking about week 12, 13,
Yeah.
16 and shit. That's what he thinking about. Keeping these guys
And
healthy
then
and ready to go.
that last drive, that last touchdown drive for Miami, it went. They start off 35 yarder to Tyreek, then they go 21 yards to Jalen, they go 21 yards to Jalen Waddle, they go a 9-yard pass to Tyreek Hill, then Chase Edmonds breaks a 28-yard run, and that's pretty much that set them up right there. They had a couple of small chippy plays to get them in the red zone, and then they hit Jalen Waddle on that 7-yard TD, and that's game.
And this is like, damn. But I mean, if I had to say one thing about Baltimore, you only got one turnover on the season. Yeah, I mean Lamar had a 158.3 passer rate. They don't get no better than that.
Nope.
It gets no better than that rating. So y'all want to talk about ratings and stats and shit. So it's like y'all in good hands. Y'all just young on defense. So the offense has got to come through more.
Oh yeah,
They
for sure.
miss Hollywood,
For sure.
man. They miss Hollywood like a motherfucker on this team because I felt like Hollywood at least would have broke
this year
1
at
or 2
least.
in that defense. So I mean, hey,
Yep.
just gotta do better next week.
They're gonna do everything they can to try to put the blame on Lamar, but it's like, dude, you can't expect him to play no better than he did. Lamar threw 318 yards, 3 touchdowns, 119 yards rushing with a touchdown. He had a 75-yard passing touchdown and a 79-yard rushing touchdown. Rashad Bateman, 4 catches, 108 yards and a touchdown. He had that 75-yarder on that quick slant. And then Mark Andrews, 9 catches, 104 yards and a touchdown. Then, of course, Devin Duvernay opened up the game with a 109-yard kick return for a TD. So it's not on the offense. Y'all can say what the fuck y'all want to. It's not Lamar's fault. The defense need to play better. And the Ravens, if they were fucking smart, they'd either fight. If Harbaugh does not have a successful season, he needs to go. Either Harbaugh needs to go, or y'all need to y'all need to get a new fucking offensive coordinator. Y'all fired the defensive coordinator that's with the Giants, they look really fucking good on defense this year. So
you believe in any NFC East? I'm sorry, you're an Eagles fan. My bad. So I can't really say that. Nah, nigga, the year they played the Patriots, nigga came out of nowhere. He ain't said nothing about
he gonna hold on to that.
Year. You gonna pop out with a fucking, you gonna pop, bro? Bro, I'm like, this nigga ain't said nothing about the Eagles. He gonna pop out with this Eagles shirt that he looked like he found. He found this motherfucker. Like, let's go Eagles, and then these motherfuckers win. And that was a fucked up day for me, man. But anyway.
We do. For one, I gotta give Tua. I gotta give the Dolphins offense and Tua his props. They were the first. Tua's the first QB with 400 plus passing yards, 469 to be exact, and with 5 plus TDs, 469 passing yards and 6 touchdowns. And Tyreek Hill, Jalen Waddle, they are the first wide receiver tandem to both have 170 plus yards and 2 touchdowns. Tyreek Hill, 11 catches, 190 yards, 2 touchdowns. Jalen Waddle, 171 yards, 2 touchdowns. I think Jalen was on like 9 catches. Yeah, in the fourth quarter. That shit is wild.
Yeah,
that shit is wild.
Defense got motherfucking tired.
That man. And then this is a strange year for Baltimore because this is the first year I don't see a dominant rushing attack from them so far. Usually by now they're pretty established. Like, okay, we know Baltimore is going to run the ball. Now it's just like we know Lamar is going to run the ball. Yep. So I definitely think that's what's hurting them. I hope J.K. Dobbins can somehow get back healthy. I don't know, bro. It's not looking good for him, especially being this young. But, I mean, hey, Frank Gore had 2 ACL injuries, and look what the fuck he did. I think he's like the 3rd or 4th leading rusher in the NFL. So, no, I'm not counting the man out. Yeah, I'm not counting the man out just yet. Next up, we got to talk about another fourth quarter collapse. Let's not even say fourth quarter. Let's say 2-minute drill collapse. The Browns lost to the Jets 30-31.
Just for one game, Baker would have won that one, man. Just one game.
Hey.
You would say, right? I mean, it's the fucking Joe Flacco out there looking like it's 2012.
Bro, they allowed this dude to throw for 304 yards and 4 touchdowns. Joe Flacco we talking about here. I mean, look up. Yeah, respect to the man. He got a fucking Super Bowl ring and he went crazy in the playoffs that year. But come on, bro. Yeah, it's MVP.
Super Bowl MVP.
But I mean, that's damn near saying fucking. I mean, come on, bro. Nick Foles fucking had a hell of a playoff run and won Super Bowl MVP. And look where the fuck he is right now. He's also a backup.
I mean, Trent Dilfer's won a fucking Super Bowl as a starting quarterback too, bro. Okay, well, all right.
But yeah, man, Joe Flacco, 26 of 44, 307 yards, 4 touchdowns. Breece Hall, 7 carries for 50 yards, and Garrett Wilson, who's actually looking really good for the Jets, 8 catches, 2 touchdowns. He had that 15-yard touchdown to end the game, and Corey Davis had 2 catches for 23 yards and a 66-yard touchdown, which that's what actually kickstarted the Jets' comeback. First two plays of their last drive in the fourth quarter, with a minute 55 left. Flacco throws a bomb, and he got Corey Davis wide open over there on the fucking sideline for a 66-yard touchdown, and he catches that, and it's like, okay, they still got something. I mean, the game ain't over till it's over. And then of course, the Browns they turn it over on downs, not turn it over on downs, but they go. I think it was 3-and-out, and they punt the ball back. They punt the ball back to the Browns. They punt the ball back to the Jets. The Jets go on a 9-play, 48-yard touchdown drive with a minute left, and of course, Joe Flacco hits Garrett Wilson with a dime right down the middle for a 15-yard TD pass to take the lead. Then of course they pick off Jacoby Brissett. They pick off Jacoby Brissett 2 plays later to win the game. Did you get a chance to watch that game?
I didn't catch the end. I watched like third quarter. I didn't catch the end of that game. I was just back and forth.
I just watched. I caught the fourth quarter. I didn't see the whole game, but I mean, look, I don't know if you can fault Jacoby. Well, I don't know if you can completely fault Jacoby Brissett. I mean, he played as well as he could. 22 of 27, 229 yards, 1 touchdown, 1 interception. Nick Chubb, 17 carries, 87 yards, 3 touchdowns. Kareem Hunt, 13 carries and 58 yards. And Amari Cooper had 9 catches for 101 yards and a touchdown, a 6-yard touchdown. So it's like, their offense didn't play terrible. Jacoby Brissett didn't play terrible. It's just they collapsed in the fourth quarter. I do want to say, though, Nick, that last touchdown, there was some criticism on Nick Chubb. I mean, of course, like, bro, if you gonna, if you got the opportunity to score, you're gonna score. But the Jets also had no touchdowns, so people were saying he should have ran out of bounds. I mean, I don't think it was dumb for him to score, but I definitely think probably should have ran out of bounds, ran 2 or 3 plays or whatever to lessen time, run off the clock, and either kick a field goal or punch it in. Because I mean, if we being honest, the Browns probably got the best 1-2 punch in the backfield right now in the NFL, in my eyes.
Yeah, they got the best probably running back core.
I mean, that just
Pollard and Zeke, but I mean, do they have an offensive line now?
Yeah, so that's true. That's true. And I mean, the Browns they're gonna go through their struggles until Deshaun gets back. I still have questions about their wide receiver core because the only wide receiver they have out there now is Amari Cooper. I like Njoku, but you can only throw to them same 2 guys for so long. They're definitely going to have to go out and get somebody else to throw the ball to.
And man, the running game is working. I mean, Baltimore made the playoffs a couple years doing Hollywood and Andrews.
Well, Jacoby Brissett is definitely not Lamar Jackson. We all know that. But I mean, like I said, until Deshaun gets back, they're going to go through their struggles. I mean, I can see them. Without Deshaun, until Deshaun gets back, I can see them squeaking in for a wild card spot. I'm not going to say this team's going to win the division or anything crazy like that, but I can see them squeaking in for a wild card spot. They just got a lot. They just got a lot to improve on. Yeah.
Yep. I mean, like I said, it's just we entering week 3 tomorrow. So I mean, the season's still young. There's much more time to improve. So we'll just have to see.
Football is back. God damn it. Now we got to talk about the last fourth quarter collapse, which is the Cardinals and the Raiders. And I just want to say, props to your man Kyler Murray.
Now that's props the game I watched.
Props to your man Kyler Murray. He definitely, if he didn't earn that contract the last game, he definitely earned it this game because he showed heart. He showed heart. And that's been a knock on him, is like him giving up in games, especially when they get down.
Look, bro, if you talking about that playoff game, bro, who did he have?
Well, not only that, he didn't necessarily have the greatest offensive line either, and he didn't in this game. He didn't in this game either.
That too, like the main reason why they came back is the defense was so gassed. But then, like that was it 4th and goal, or was it the 2-point conversion where is it Crosby? Like he had him for a second.
Yeah, that was Crosby.
Off me, and then he just threw that. Was that the 4th and goal or the
I think that was the 4th and goal. Conversion? That was the first one when he no, the second one.
Like dog and then like, bro, AJ Green. It's like, bro, how many times? I mean, it didn't even look like he caught the motherfucker.
It really did. Well, I think he did a good. I'm not going. I think him and Kyler did a good job. Kyler did a great job of ball placement because that was a fucking dart. That was a dart. And I don't know how the fuck he was able to squeeze it through that window, but you got to give props to Kyler on that fucking throw.
That's why he got paid that money. That's why homie got paid. All right, like quit. I'm tired of all these narratives and all this shit. This motherfucker is just used to winning football games. That's not an excuse. I'm not saying for how you act and all this, but you gonna disrespect the man with a watch film clause. Like this nigga don't know how to read NFL defenses. Like he wouldn't be there if he know how to read defenses. But anyway, awesome win for the Cardinals. But they have got to play better, or their season is going to get bad very quick. If they could, by week 6, if they can be 4-2 or 3-3 when they get D-Hop back, consider that a successful
Yeah, for sure.
first
And the knock on them has always been, bro, they play lights out for the first half of the season. Second half, they're like ghosts. Like, where the fuck they at? They'll win one or two games to keep them, in the playoff race. But it's like after that, dude, they fall the fuck off after that. They gotta protect. They have to protect Kyler. They gonna get that man killed back there. They gonna get him killed. Like the dude, the man is all of what 5'7", 5'9", barely 200 pounds.
The nigga's 5. He's 5'10". He's probably 220, 215. If you saw that nigga walking down the street or in the bar, you wouldn't fuck with him.
But it's like, dude, they have to figure out. They have to protect Kyler because it's like, dude, y'all can get that man killed back there. He keeps them in a lot of fucking games. That's why they needed to pay his ass.
I mean, yeah, but it's just like I think they got a stronger receiver core than they did last year. I don't think they answer any of the. I mean, you lost Kenyon Drake that you had
2 years ago, and then they lost Chase Edmonds last year. Well, this year.
That's what I'm saying, bro. So it's like, y'all didn't address the running back situation. You didn't address the offensive line, I don't think. The defense didn't improve. You let Chandler Jones go, but if you was watching that fourth quarter Sunday, you wouldn't have known.
That's true. Speaking of that game, so the Raiders were up 20-7 going into the fourth quarter with 8 minutes left, and Kyler just fucking takes off. The last drive for the Cardinals. Cardinals went on a 20 play drive with 4 minutes left to tie the game. Now, Kyler was definitely he was helped by Las Vegas' defense because they had 2 defensive holding penalties. And one of them was on 4th and 4 at the Cardinals red zone with 18 seconds left. They gave Kyler 4 more chances to score, which I'm kind of glad. Like I said, when he was in that situation, like, dude, you have to fucking score right here. But he was able to get it done. In order for them, for them to tie, Kyler scrambled for 3-yard touchdown. I think that first touchdown he scrambled for was like he ran for 20 fucking yards on one play for a 4-yard touchdown. But yeah, he scrambled for a 3-yard touchdown with 3 seconds left to tie it. With 3 seconds left, and he tied it up on a like I said, tightrope throw to fucking AJ Green. You wouldn't gonna get a better throw than that. And I think,
and AJ finally
showed up.
Fucking ball.
He showed up. That other little dude, what's his name, Greg Dortch. With D-Hop being out and that other little dude, Rondell Moore, being out, Dortch, he's been a nice little addition.
He's catching some fucking passes too, and they got Ertz still. So, I mean, they got a decent receiving core, but it's like we need y'all down the stretch, man. I need Hollywood. I mean, but like when you got that blazing speed, of course you can get double teamed. But if anybody fucks up,
for sure,
it's touchdown.
For sure. I mean, personally, I think one of the main reasons the Raiders lost not only was the collapse in the fourth quarter, but it's like, dude, Devontae Adams only had 2 catches for 12 yards and I think a 1-yard touchdown. So it's like, bro, if y'all want to win game, I mean, of course they lost the last game, but they played that Chargers defense. But it's like, bro, if y'all want to win games, especially like this, you got to feed your playmakers. Plain and simple. Derek Carr, 25 of 39, 252 yards and 2 touchdowns. Josh Jacobs, 19 carries for 69 yards. Mike Hollins, 5 catches for 66 yards. Hunter Renfrow, 7 catches for 59 yards. Waller was 6 catches for 50 yards and a touchdown. Now, Kyler, on the other hand, 31 to 49, 277 yards, 1 touchdown, 1 interception, 22 yards rushing, plus that touchdown, and the 2-point conversion. Darrell Williams had 59 yards rushing and a touchdown. Zach Ertz, 8 catches for 75 yards. I love that Kyler's trying to find his tight end and not just trying to do it all himself. Marquise Brown showed up, 6 catches, 68 yards, and of course that Greg Dortch, 4 catches for 55 yards and a touchdown. Like I said, the Cardinals, they're like a budget Chiefs offense. Like they're gonna put up some points. They know they got to put up points because they know their defense ain't gonna stop nobody.
They got the better defense. Our defense ain't what the fuck.
They'll get there. I'm hoping they can get it together. We'll see. Like you said, it's a long season. We got 15 games left, so we'll see what happens. Moving on, the last game we're gonna cover, then we're gonna get off into some storylines. The Bengals lost to the Cowboys, and we don't know. Somebody put out an APB on the Cincinnati Bengals because they're looking like the Bengals from 2 years ago and the years previous to that.
Bengals beat the Cowboys.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. The Bengals. Somebody put out an APB on them because they looking like the Bengals from 2 years ago, and then the year before that, and the year before that, and the year before that.
I mean, I don't know. I mean, the offensive line is still the problem. So I mean, that's what I'd have to say because like if your defense is out there for too long, a majority of the fucking game, and how you gonna be able to tell? But then, I mean, at one point they was leading with like 17-7. At one point, then Dallas came back and kicked the game.
It was the other way around. The Cowboys was leading 17-7. Yeah.
Oh, Cowboys. Okay. So I mean, it's early, but this is the makings of what you have
That's
a sophomore slump. This is really Burrow's second year.
He also go ahead, bro.
So you gotta deal with the growing pains of that. And then the NFL adjusts. Like what worked last year ain't gonna work this year because we didn't have a whole off season, studied it, broke everything down. Now we're gonna make you do the thing that you don't like to do or what we think you can't do, and that's what determines a great.
And I've been saying all off season, like, do not expect the Bengals. Like you had people picking the Bengals to go back to the Super Bowl, which that rarely ever happens. And I mean, I had been saying. Don't expect the Bengals to have this. They're going to be decent. I mean, right now, I don't know what the fuck is going on. They're going to be decent, but they're not going to have the year that they did last year. I mean, teams are going to be able to game plan for Chase and Higgins a lot more. And I will say Joe Burrow I think he had an abdominal strain or he had appendicitis. So he didn't play any of the preseason, and it definitely shows. It definitely shows. He didn't look good. He didn't look good the first week. And he didn't really look all that good this week. Teams are doubling Chase. They're stopping him, from getting off these explosive plays. And, I mean, as far as their defense goes, Eli Apple is still – that boy is looking out there looking like a cinnamon apple crisp. Just he doesn't – he's getting torched, plain and simple. But on the flip side – I gotta give a shout out to Trayvon Diggs because I mean he was able to hold Chase in check this game. Jamar Chase only had 5 catches for 59 yards. So I mean he definitely held him in check, and he's stepped up these past 2 weeks. Of course, what the fuck is going on with the Bengals offensive line? Like, bro, that was the biggest. Y'all had one fucking job to fix the offensive line this season. Y'all went and got. I think 2 guys from the 49ers, somebody from, I think it was somebody from the Buccaneers or the Patriots, and it's like, bro, y'all don't look no better than what the fuck y'all did last year. Joe Burrow's on pace to get sacked 100 plus times again. And at this point, he's not going to have a very long career.
So you start telling them elbows and knees and shit.
Yeah, I mean, shit, I can't say I'm praying for Joe Burrow because as a Steelers fan, it's fuck the Bengals. So I don't give which I got to talk about them too. But yeah, Going back to this Bengals Cowboys game, of course, Brett Mayer kicks a 50-yard field goal with 5 seconds left to win the game. Bengals only had 254 yards of offense. Joe Burrow sacked 6 times. Trayvon Diggs held Jamar Chase 5 catches, 54 yards. Cooper fucking Rush. Cooper Rush. The Bengals lost to Cooper Rush. Let that sink in.
Hey man, you know what I'm saying? He can find CD.
Yeah, that's true. Cooper Rush 235 yards and a touchdown. Ezekiel Elliott 15 carries, 55 yards. Tony Pollard 9 carries, 43 yards. He also had 4 catches, 55 yards. He had a rushing touchdown. CeeDee Lamb 7 catches, 75 yards. Rookie Noah Brown. I don't know if he's a rookie or this is his second year, but 5 catches, 91 yards and a touchdown. Michael Parsons and Dorrance Armstrong both had 2 sacks. So, they looked pretty good. As far as the Bengals offense, I mean, the only bright side of it was, Joe Burrow. Joe Burrow staying alive. We say that. They didn't have very many bright spots on that offense.
He's made it to week 3.
Yeah, I mean, that's an accomplishment with him in that offensive line. But, look, I'm not a Bengals fan. I can't stand Joe Burrow, but I hope you can stay healthy. You out there, Joe Burrow went out there looking like he looks like was Joe Exotic this season. Yeah, he went from Joe Shiesty to Joe Exotic. That's what the fuck happened to him.
He just got to find his Cartiers and
We'll see what happens. We'll see. So there's some issues. There's a couple issues during the season that we definitely got to talk about. What the fuck is going on in Denver and Russell Wilson? I think this year, I don't know something that we didn't know. Because Russ has the weapons. He got a running back. He got a decent little defense, and he's not looking like Russ.
Man, it's the red zone, bro. All the shit Kyler did in the red zone to get the 2-point conversion and the touchdowns is all the shit Russ used to do. It's what Russ made a career out of. What helped Russ outside of that defense to get 2 Super Bowls was being able to create and extend the play with his legs. So he's not doing that. He's trying to be more of a pocket passer, and I think Russ needs to understand, like, look, bro, we need you to win some football games. So we need you to go out there and be Russell Wilson, not pocket Russ. So you got to go ahead and play, bro. Like, go ahead and play. But I think part of it is new culture, new system, new players. So he just got to get used to it. I mean, like I said a couple years ago, Bucs was 7-5 in the bye week. They rallied together, and they was able to go ahead and do it. Russ is an excellent leader. So I feel like with some time that they'll be in great shape.
Yeah, I think a huge part of me feels like I don't know if Russ trusts his receivers just yet, because there's been some throws that he's made that's just like, who the fuck are you throwing to, bro? Or it's a couple times he's been hesitant to throw down there. Not to mention, we do got to understand his head coach this is the first time he's had a head coaching job. He's not, he was the offensive coordinator, which I was an advocate for him because, of what he was able to do with Aaron Rodgers, the past couple years. Turned him into a 2-time back-to-back MVP. So it's like, bro, you got Russ, somebody that can run and throw the ball, and you got plenty of weapons. So it's like, you got to get it together, man. Like, it's now or never. Not to mention, week 1, what I really didn't like was, bro, y'all got a $250+ million quarterback, and y'all not going for it on, what was it, a 4th and 4, 4th and 5? Y'all kicking I think a 60-yard field goal with Brandon McManus, I think is his name, who's never made. I think he hasn't made a 55 or 58+ yard field goal. So it's dumb. Another part of it is just fucking dumb coaching and dumb play calling.
This might be like Josh McDaniels in Denver. It might be that experience, or I don't know. But like I said, the season's early, so Russ is a veteran quarterback. He has a great team, great core around him. Good, all levels. So I don't know why you try a 68-yard field goal with 18 seconds left on the clock. I mean, you would think if we got a first down and then maybe another first down, in the perfect world, maybe that's like a 45-yard field goal or something like that. Why would you go for? I didn't understand. I'm like, what are we doing
I
here?
don't
But
know, man. I mean, he didn't.
now you see why some people are coordinators and some people are different.
You say that again. You for sure say that again. I mean, this. I mean, he didn't play as well this game as he. I thought he threw the ball a little better last game, especially going back to Seattle. 340 yards for one touchdown last game, and then this game, 219 yards, one pick, and a touchdown, and he was sacked 3 times. And they're, the Bengals are 1-1, which that game in Seattle they should have won. It shouldn't even. I don't even think it should have been that damn close. But that's none of my
Yeah,
business.
they had Gino looking like
Mike Vick.
Steve McNair and shit.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I don't know. Like I said, I hope Russ can get it together. I mean, I was a huge advocate for him getting out of Seattle. I was happy to see him go, but it's like, I don't know, bro. You're not living up to the standards right now. You're not living up to that contract that you got paid. So either Seattle knew something that we didn't know, or he still got to get familiar with everything. But you got to get it together. I hope he gets it together.
we'll
We shall
see.
see. Moving on, we also have to talk about what the fuck is going on in Carolina. I mean, at this point, do you blame Baker Mayfield or do you blame Matt Rule?
I mean, bro, like 2 weeks in a row, you in winnable games, close games, and it, for whatever reason, 2, 3 plays and break
Yeah,
your way. So I mean, I feel like they could regroup and win some games, but you got to understand that's a
yeah,
young
that's true
team
too.
for the most part around Baker. So he's got to take control of that and lead them, to where they need to be. Like he understands the playoff football. He has a playoff win on his resume, so he just has to go out there and be the leader he's always been.
Yeah, and
And fuck
yeah,
Matt
fuck Matt
Rule.
Rule too. I mean, he needs to do a better job of closing out games. I mean, now the Browns game, let's not sit here and act like that's not one of the best defenses in the NFL. And Baker didn't get sacked. What was it, like 6 times? I mean, he was in that game. He was 16 to 27, 235 yards and a touchdown. Of course, he got sacked. Well, he was sacked 4 times. They lost the game 26 to 24 because
That
of,
offensive line is
yeah, it's
horrible.
very very horrible. And then Christian McCaffrey can't get going, which I don't think a lot of that is his fault. All like you said, offensive line is just horrible. Play calling is very shitty, very fucking shitty. And I mean, last game Baker just flat out didn't play well. This Giants game, like I mean, I'm not gonna make no excuses for him. 14 to 29 for 145 yards and one touchdown, and they lost 16 to 19. Now the Giants defense is pretty good. They have Don, I think it's Martindale or something. I forgot his name, but they have the Ravens' former defensive coordinator, and they look really fucking good on defense. But I don't know, man. At this point, I'm saying get the fuck rid of Matt Rule, because it's like, dude, you got all this talent, and you just wasting these guys' talent at this point. You got DJ Moore, Robbie Anderson, that young guy to LSU who I haven't seen on the field much, Terrace Marshall. It's like you're not calling plays to put these guys in a position to succeed.
Some coaches like Nick Saban are just better at
Yeah.
college. I remember when I think Matt Rule's first year at Baylor, they went 0 and
Mm-hmm.
11, and then they won like 6 or 7 games the next year. Then they won 10. So up until this point, he's always had a 3-year turn your program around type of resume. So obviously, if they don't make the playoffs, he's
Yeah.
out of there.
Oh yeah, for
He's
sure.
gone. So uh, if quarterback play has to be better, offensive line play has to be better, because in order to take pressure off the quarterback position, you needed some type of running game. You got 2 outstanding
Yeah.
running backs,
Chuba
but
and C Mac.
that's what I'm saying. I hit him a little bit of Cleveland with him. You know what I'm saying? Double dose you up on the running back combination, but the season is still young. I'm not really sold on Matt
I'm not
Rule,
either.
but things can change. I'm pretty sure not everybody like Andy Reid in his first year with the Eagles or whatever. But then again, I don't know. They probably had a great year or something. I don't know. Don't quote me on that. But it's just difficult when you root for somebody, you want to do good, and just not panning out. But the beauty of it is we got 15 more
Yep, that's true.
games.
I mean, like I said, I'm on the fuck Matt Rule train because it reports have been if they don't win another game, he's probably getting fired, or they're not very happy with him. Like if he loses the next game and or he can't find a way to win, which they got a tough matchup. I think they're going to play the Bucs. So if they can't win that game, he might be getting fired.
Shit, man, this be the game time. Brady throw for 400 fucking yards.
Probably. Moving on, one of the biggest headlines. So of course, San Francisco 49ers second year QB Trey Lance had a season-ending ankle injury. I'm gutted. I'm gutted for the dude. I wasn't completely sold on him, but I kind of wanted to see what he had because I felt like he fit better in that Kyle Shanahan style offense. But he didn't really show me much. He didn't. Now, no disrespect to him, he didn't really show me much in the first game. So, as much as I hate to say it, 49ers fans, please don't come attack me. Kind of a blessing in disguise. I'm gonna throw that out there.
No, nigga. The blessing in disguise is they kept Jimmy
That's
G.
what I'm saying.
That's the blessing in disguise. Like, say what you want. Say what you want about the talent and all this shit. Homie got 30 plus wins on his resume as being a starting quarterback in the NFL. So most of the time, that's pretty good. And then how he just came off the bench, just was throwing daggers. So I'm just like, I mean, they had up until that point. They probably got more rushing yards than they do passing yards, but that'll probably change the next couple of weeks. But I mean, Jimmy's a gamer. I still expect this team to have another one of those runs that they playing in January, possibly February. So we'll just see if Kittle can catch his stride and Debo and whatnot.
If Kittle can get healthy.
Well, yeah, that too. Hopefully the 49ers can be competitive and win some football games like I know they can.
Yeah, I mean, just going back to what you said, I mean, I definitely agree with you. It was I mean, seeing Jimmy just come in, fit right in the offense, didn't need to warm up. Like, I mean, he knows the offense, so it was definitely smart of him to stay. He was able to, because now he's I think for every game he plays in more than 75, I think 25 or 75% of the snaps, he's gonna get an extra 125,000. So this and him trade, as like I said, as much as I hate to say it, and I don't like to kick nobody when they're down. I mean, it kind of helps that Trey Lance that this happened because now Jimmy's going to get paid more, and they're still going to be a contending team. I don't think there's questions about that.
It's kind of like that situation when Jimmy Buckets was trying to leave Minnesota. Y'all fucking need me. And if he balls out this year, he's definitely getting picked up by somebody.
Oh yeah, for sure. He's also gonna get another big ass fucking contract because I think this was the last year of his contract. So, we'll see what happens with that. Trey Lance, we praying for you, man. I hope this doesn't kill your confidence. Rehab, come back stronger next year.
Oh no.
Rehab, please come back stronger next year. Take this time to prepare. Watch as much film as you can, but. Focus on your health right now, man. Like I said, I'm definitely praying for you. I'm gutted for you, but it's just unfortunate, man, for sure.
It is, but I feel like he's too young, too hungry, and kind of naive a bit to even really he just want to get back on the field. So I'm already knowing this time next year he'll be back out there in the 49ers uniform, throwing passes. Probably be his best season ever.
Yep. Now, moving on to something as in an entirety, not just one person or one team. Well, this next topic is about maybe one team, but what 0-2 teams do you think are in trouble? The Titans, the Raiders, the Colts, the Panthers, the Falcons, or the Bengals? Personally, we can eliminate the Falcons because I don't think very many people have a whole lot of expectations for them. Just saying.
Bengals are in trouble. Tennessee is in trouble. Who else is on
the Raiders, the Colts, and the Panthers.
Colts, Panthers. I'd be scared if I had to play against the Raiders, bro.
Yeah. For me,
They are fucking like they was just beating the shit out of Arizona, bro. They have yet to put once the Raiders put a full four quarter game together, it's over with.
yeah.
They're finna take off with wins.
I mean, like, which one of those teams you think like are in the most trouble? Like they on the hot seat. Like they definitely like they need to get it together and now. Ain't no.
Well, I don't know about teams, but I'll say on Tennessee, Ryan Tannehill, like the only reason why you playing is because they don't have confidence in the guy behind you. Who is his
Malik
backup?
Willis, the rookie.
Chase. Oh yeah, oh yeah. Because at this point, what they're gonna do is it depends. If Ryan Tannehill just playing that bad, then he'll start sooner. But if they feel like the season is gone, they'll put in Malik and just see what happens. So I do see Malik playing sometime this year if they continue to lose football games.
I want to say the Raiders are in the most trouble, but I don't think so. I mean, they shown flashes in the first two games. I just think they got to put it together simply because, and I say that because they traded, 2 firsts and a couple second and thirds to get Devontae. But if I had to say the team that's probably in the most trouble is the Bengals, because it's like, bro, how do y'all go from, one of the most explosive offenses in the NFL to, being being the last team in your division. Offense can't move the ball. Burrow threw 3 or 4 picks his first game. So, to me, I think the Bengals are in the most trouble. I definitely think they're the most talented of the teams. They got to get it together. Somebody got to light a fire underneath the offensive line to protect Joe Burrow because they're gonna fuck around and get him killed again. So
every quarterback has a sophomore year.
yeah.
Kinda.
But it's his third year.
So, yeah, but on paper, but actually playing his second year, being a full-time starter.
Well, he was the full-time starter his first year. I think same thing. He got hurt through like the 4th or 5th game.
And they got hurt week 3 or 4.
Yeah,
bro.
yeah.
That's not a season.
I mean, it sucked, but I understand where you're coming from though.
So he just has to adapt. His coach has to adapt. They have to come up with better schemes. You can't expect the stuff you did last year to work this year. Like you can have certain elements and packages from last year, but you need new play call design, all that kind of stuff. So I feel like the coaching staff needs to make an adjustment more so than the players.
For sure. I also think going with Tennessee. Tennessee has the same problem my team has, the Pittsburgh Steelers. The problem.
Quarterback.
The problem is evident, except the Titans know where the problem is. The Steelers, they act like they don't fucking know. Pittsburgh, if y'all listening, fire Matt Canada. Y'all got one job within the next few fucking weeks. Fire Matt Canada, start Kenny Pickett. Mitch Trubisky is a fucking 6-year veteran, can't make simple fucking reads. He's afraid to throw the goddamn ball downfield. Sit this motherfucker and start Kenny. We don't What else do I need to say? The writing's on the fucking wall. Y'all act like y'all ignoring the problem. Fire Matt Canada now. Don't wait. Fire his ass middle of the fucking game. But he is obviously the fucking problem. You cannot win a game constantly running comeback routes and short slants across the fucking field, and Mitch Trubisky can't get him the goddamn ball. I'm gonna say it one more time. Fire Matt Canada, start Kenny Pickett. He can't do no worse than what the fuck we got in at quarterback now.
Or just go with your guy Mason Rudolph, bro.
No, stop.
Kenny would look, bro. This is the thing. All 3 quarterbacks gonna play this year.
Probably
especially
at some point.
Y'all go out there. If y'all play like shit this coming Sunday, yeah, y'all are definitely gonna see all 3 quarterbacks this year.
If we play like shit this Sunday, I'm about 100. I'm about 75. I'm not 100% because I don't. Like I said, Matt Canada's he's ruining the talent we have on offense. But we got to get Mitch out of there. I mean, like I said, let's start. Kenny looked real good in the preseason. Let's put him out there with the starters and see what he can do, man. I mean, he can't do no worse than what the fuck we got in the quarterback now. Man's a 6-year veteran and can't make simple reads and easy-ass throws. Get him the fuck out of there, man. I can't watch a whole season of this shit. I can't. This offensive and this offensive coordinator is just terrible. Just terrible. You got a third and long and you running and you throwing a fucking 3-yard short crossing route. Like, come on, man. Just stop. Just cut the bullshit. Get rid of this motherfucker.
He's a game manager, man. He's gonna make the right throw.
He's not a game manager. He's. If you go and look at his coaching history, his offensive coordinator history, he does not have a good rep. I don't know why the fuck they hired this man in the first goddamn place. Hell, at this point, give me Todd Haley back.
You know your team don't like spending money on nobody.
Yeah.
They'll go out and spend buku on a safety, but won't pay the quarterback or the wide receiver or the running back. So,
well, I mean that's Mike Tomlin. Mike Tomlin's he's a defense. Now, granted, whenever we did have the offense, our defense is fucking horrible. So it's like, I mean, I can't say Minka has definitely earned his contract. You ain't no denying that. The man's been playing lights out. Our defense has been the reason why we've been in the first two fucking games. So the problem is obvious. It's on the offense. Like, get this motherfucker out of here, man.
Yep. Okay.
Yep.
Shit. I don't know who's worse, Steelers fans or Miami Hurricanes fans.
Hey man.
After week 2, get his ass out of here and fire his ass.
No. You got us fucked up because I think what you're trying to say is you don't know what's worse, Miami Hurricane fans or Dallas Cowboy fans. This is their year. They're gonna do it. Fuck out of here.
I don't be hearing about a whole bunch of you fans saying the U is back, baby. I don't be hearing about we finna win national championship. They gotta win their conference first.
Yeah,
that's a requirement to make the playoffs.
Dallas plays in the NFC least, so I don't know why they fans act like they fucking.
Eagles look good though.
Yeah, they look real good. They look real good. I think y'all need to give Jalen his respect. Talking about he can't throw the Jalen look like an MVP candidate right now. So. It's a tie between him and Josh Allen.
There's two kinds of coaches. There's coaches that coach the system, and then there's coaches that coach to their players' skill set.
Yeah.
They're coaching to Jalen's skill set. They're taking everything he can do and then trying to add things bit by bit so that way he can become a complete quarterback.
Yep. Both sides of the ball look real good. The defense on the Eagles, they look real good. The offense looks great. You know, they've established themselves as a pretty well balanced team. They can pass the ball well. They can run the hell out of the ball. You know, Jalen looks phenomenal. And
how do you let Jalen get free for 26 yards twice, 20 plus yards twice?
Arm tackling, not scheming.
I mean, bro. Like, we won. It was a blowout win, and he at the gym working out in football pants. I'm like, bro, we just won the game. He's like, nah. I mean, but he understood what he had to do. He understood what he had to do. He understood the assignment.
What Minnesota say? What's that? They are who we thought they were. Kirk first cousins as Shannon Sharp.
2-10 all time on Monday Night Football. Jeez Louise. As soon as it's a regional game, he gonna be lighting shit up like he Aaron Rodgers.
Yeah.
As soon as it's Sunday Night Football or Thursday Night Football, I don't know about this. And
then Josh Allen, man. Like what more can you say about this? What more can you say
MVP.
about dude, bro?
If he keep it up, MVP.
For sure. Like, dude is good luck trying to tackle that motherfucker. 6'5", 240, 230. Like, oh, God, and can throw the shit out of the ball. Come on, man.
Go right for them kneecaps.
Go ahead. Yeah. He does kind of scare me because it's like he runs recklessly.
Yep. He ain't got hit them knees good enough yet.
Like, bro, no, he ain't got to play. He had to play against motherfucking Earl Thomas and Cam Chancellor and Ed Reed and all them Brian Dawkins and all them motherfuckers. So
I promise you, they would have went straight to his knees, bro. Yep. Josh Allen with the best pocket quarterback passer ever.
He has the arm to do it. Moving on to the last topic. So this is gonna. I'm pretty sure this is gonna be a topic of discussion all year until we get to the playoffs or whatever. But who do you think is hurting more? Like, who do you think is either hurting more or going to end up hurting more without the other. Pat Mahomes or Tyreek Hill, because both of them are playing pretty well without each other right now.
Man, what homie did, he went out there threw 5 touchdown passes week 1. And then he went out there and shut Mr. Herbert up at home. Man, look, bro. Tua ain't won no Super Bowl.
Yeah, that's true. I wasn't talking about. I said Tyreek. Oh, well, yeah, I thought you was talking about. But yeah, I get where you're coming from.
I mean, like they had a great comeback win, but y'all was getting your ass whoops.
Yeah, that's true.
So I mean, I feel like in the long run, Tyreek gonna miss Mahomes. But I mean, we'll just have to see because I feel like Mahomes corrected those mechanical problems he had last year. They was trying to make a topic, but I mean, even with the fucked up thumb, he shouldn't be throwing better with a fucked up thumb. So I don't know, but Tyreek gonna miss Mahomes.
Yeah. I definitely think in the long run, as Tyreek is going to be, I mean, even he said it, like, he didn't want to leave KC, but, bro, when they paid him, made him the highest paid wide receiver in the NFL, you can't really turn that down. I mean, they're
100 them zeros.
Yeah. I mean, they're both playing well right now. Pat Mahomes, 595 yards and 2 touchdowns. Tyreek Hill, 19 catches, 285 yards and 2 touchdowns so far this season. His first 2 touchdowns came in the previous game. So, I mean, only time will tell. But I think in the end, I definitely think Pat Mahomes. I definitely think Pat Mahomes is going to be the one that prevails. I don't want to turn them against each other, but I'm just, I'm calling how I see it. They replaced, the Chiefs' offense replaced one guy with like 3 different guys. So, I think in the end they'll be all right, especially once Pat is able to, mesh with these guys. So, Chiefs are just lacking the explosive plays that they once did. That's it. I mean, they're not really missing anything else.
No, man. He trying to find Miko. They got it. Just Miko's not a better route runner than Tyreek. That's all.
He's not faster than Tyreek either, and I think Pat knows that. That's why they went on and got that little dude, Sky Moore, but he still ain't turned into – it's going to take him some time. And then they got Marquez Valdez, Marquez, how the fuck you say his name?
Valdez.
Yeah, we'll just go and we'll call him MVS. They got him as a speedster on the outside. I don't think Pat trusts him enough just yet. So, it's just like long season. We'll see what happens. We'll see what happens.
Shit, Chiefs, Bills, AFC Championship game. Book it.
We shall see. And I think the Bills are taking that one this year, for sure.
Yeah. They got, shit, right now, they probably do got the best defense in football because they just went out there and obliterated Tennessee.
Yeah. Yeah, for sure. So, speaking of speaking on the rest of the games, of course, Pittsburgh lost to New England 14-7. Of course, Steelers need a new offensive coordinator. That goes without saying. Los Angeles Rams beat the Atlanta Falcons barely, 31-27. Matt Stafford 272 yards, 3 touchdowns, 2 interceptions. Cooper Kupp 11 catches, 103 yards, and 2 touchdowns. I mean, what else did you expect coming from Cooper Kupp? Green Bay.
Hold on. What Mariota do?
Mariota.
I saw the first drive. He was out there swagging. It looked like Oregon Mariota.
I'd have to go back and now you're gonna make me go back and look up the stats. He didn't look too bad. No, you good, bro. I gotta stay consistent with it. You know what I'm saying?
I was just curious because I know Mariota played decently.
He didn't look. First half. Yeah, I mean, he didn't like in the second half. He looked pretty good. Marcus Mariota, 17 of 26, 196 yards, 2 passing touchdowns, but 2 picks. Of course, he threw one to Jalen to end the game, and he had 16 yards rushing. I don't know if that counts or not.
Throw it on the tally somewhere.
Yeah, Green Bay beat Chicago. I mean, Aaron owns Chicago, but Green Bay beat Chicago.
Barely.
No, 27-10. Aaron Rodgers, 200. Are you good? Aaron
Rodgers. I
Rodgers.
watching that shit once they think they scored 21. I'm like, all right, I'm done with this shit.
Game over. Aaron Rodgers back to looking like himself, 234 yards, 2 touchdowns. Aaron Jones, 132 yards and a touchdown. Detroit Detroit beat Washington 36-27. At one point, I think it was like 24-0. Or something like that. They beat them 36-27. Amon-Ra St. Brown, who's looking like a stud-ass wide receiver. 9 catches, 116 yards, and 2 touchdowns. And I want to say Detroit, they look a whole lot better than people are giving them credit for. They look like a really good football team. I'm not saying
Commanders, bro. Calm down.
Boy, it wasn't the fact that they beat them. It's like, bro, the game was never at any point in time in question. Like they completely fucking dominated them. I mean, 36-27. I mean, yeah, the Commanders came back, made it a little bit of a game, but it was never. I don't think the Lions. I don't think that game was ever in question for the Lions. But they, I'm not saying they're gonna win the division or anything like that. But they look like a pretty, legit football team. Like they're doing. Props to that coach Dan Campbell. He got them boys playing well. I think Detroit maybe they'll finish third. They'll probably have a better record by Chicago end of the season. I'm calling that shit now.
Mm-hmm.
Indiana shut out by Jacksonville for I think this is like the third time they lost to Jacksonville. Matt Ryan is not looking like the answer. Trevor Lawrence 235 yards and 2 touchdowns. He's looking pretty decent. Still, I have no faith in Jacksonville. Just throwing it out there.
Still young, still finding a culture. So.
Yep. Of course, Buffalo went up there. Buffalo beat the dog shit out of fucking Tennessee, 41-27. Josh Allen, 26-38 for a touchdown. Stephon Diggs, 12 catches, 148 yards, 3 touchdowns. They held Derrick Henry to 13 carries for 25 yards and a touchdown. Like I said, man, what more can you say about Josh Allen? And then this Josh Allen and Stephon Diggs connection. Come on, man. He had a 4-yarder to Stephon Diggs, a 46-yarder to Stephon Diggs, and a 14-yarder to Stephon Diggs. Stephon Diggs is him. He's
definitely looking like the number 1 wide receiver.
Right as of right now, yeah.
Top five.
For sure. Philadelphia beat Minnesota 24-7. Jalen Hurts, 333 yards, 1 touchdown, 1 interception, 57 rushing yards on 11 carries. Miles Sanders, 17 carries, 80 yards. Quez Watkins, 53-yard touchdown, 2 catches, 69 yards. Dallas Goedert, 5 catches for 82 yards. Devontae Smith, 7 catches for 80 yards. A.J. Brown, 5 catches, 69 yards. Darius Slay had 2 picks, held Justin Jefferson 6 catches for 48 yards. And, of course, Kirk Cousins, 1 touchdown and threw 3 picks. So.
Wow.
I mean, I still think Minnesota's gonna be pretty good. They just, they gotta get it together maybe on the defensive side of the ball. And Kirk Cousins needs to shine bright in them fucking big moments.
I mean, look, bro. If I'm Minnesota, the next quarterback class, I think next year or in 2 years is gonna be a fucking monster one.
For sure.
Try to get you one of those guys out of that class.
Mm-hmm.
Kirk Cousins has a ceiling, and I think he's met it.
Yeah, just about. All right, so we're gonna go through next week 3. If I can get this shit to pull up. We're gonna go through the week. Yep. We're gonna go through the week 3 NFL matchups. Okay, so real quick, Ryan, quick hitters. Who you got tomorrow between Pittsburgh and Cleveland?
Cleveland.
I got Cleveland as well. Kansas City versus Indianapolis.
Kansas City. At least 4 touchdowns.
I got KC as well. I think Pat Mahomes throws for 300-400 yards again. Rams versus Cardinals.
Damn. Cardinals.
I'm gonna take. I don't know. I might take.
Go ahead, I
gotta rock with the Rams. Gotta rock with the Rams. You go Packers and Buccaneers.
Bucks.
I want to go with the Bucks, but they were out. They ain't got no Julio. They ain't got no Mike Evans. Shitty ass offensive line. I'm gonna go with the Bucks. I'm not counting Tom Brady out. Like I said, we've seen him do better with less talent. So
I mean, it is by time Aaron fucked Tom up, but yeah.
Yeah, we'll see. Detroit Lions, Minnesota Vikings.
I'm gonna go with Lions.
Lions.
Yeah. Why
Mike. I might go with the Vikings in this game. I don't fucking Kirk Cousins is kind of the same as the Dallas Cowboys. They do good. He does good against teams that aren't very good. So I mean, the Lions are better this year.
Dak Prescott.
But yeah,
My bad.
yeah, you good. Baltimore Ravens versus New England Patriots.
Baltimore.
I'm gonna go Baltimore as well. I think they bounce back with a big win. Saints and Panthers.
Saints.
I'm going with the Saints because of that defense. Texans and Bears. Houston Texans, Chicago Bears.
Shit, nigga, that's a clusterfuck waiting to happen. I like Fields. Let's go with Chicago.
Chicago.
He ain't got no offensive line. I feel so sorry for him. But.
No. I'm gonna fuck you up. I'm gonna take Houston here. I think they're better. They're another team. I think they're better than people give them credit for.
Well, they actually got a coach now. I don't know. Lovey was down.
Lovey Smith, yeah. Mm-hmm. Yep. Eagles versus Commanders.
Eagles.
Eagles for me as well.
Commanders is looking like a top 5 draft team probably this year.
Yep. And now we got to go with what I think is going to be the game of the week. I'm excited for this fucking game. Well, you got Bills versus Dolphins.
Buffalo.
I got the Bills, but I think that's going to be a game. I definitely think that's going to be that's my game of the week right there.
Because they're going to let one of them get off, not both of them.
Yeah,
you have to decide. It's going to be Waddle or Tyreek. It's not going to be both.
Pick your poison. Or maybe Tua defeat him with running all over the goddamn place.
We're going to see if Tua can read defenses. Yeah, I'm going to be watching that game.
For sure. Bengals versus Jets. Bengals for me as well. They get their first win. Raiders versus Titans. Another battle of the 0-2 teams.
Shit, man. Just because Derrick Henry Titans.
I got the Raiders.
I feel like this is the Derrick Henry game where he lets you know I'm still Derrick Henry. Y'all know that, right?
For me, I'm taking the Raiders. I think I have no faith in Ryan Tannehill. I think this may be the game that Malik Willis maybe takes over. just throwing it out there.
You never know.
Jaguars versus Chargers.
Shit. The last Thursday, battle of the long hairs. Herbert cut in. I'm going Chargers.
Chargers for me as well. Falcons versus Seahawks.
Gino. Come on, Gino. Bring it home, man.
I'm going to take the Falcons in this one. They've looked decent in the second half in the last 2 games, and we all know Seattle's defense is not all that.
They haven't been all that in a good 5 years.
Broncos and 49ers.
Damn, that's going to be a good rematch. Super Bowl, whatever that was. No, never mind. I'm going 49ers.
Going Niners as well. Like I said, it's trouble in Denver right now. We got to see if Russ will get it together, which I don't think he does.
This might be the game we do it, man. I ain't counting him out just yet.
I'm not either. I mean, Russ is still Russ, but I don't know. If this is the game he does it, then there's high hopes because that San Francisco 49ers defense is still the same as they was last year.
Mm-hmm.
Still suffocating. And then we got the
You all right over there?
I'm sorry. We got the Choke Boys. I'm sorry. The Dallas Cowboys versus New York Giants.
You talking about them? Shit. Daniel Jones, Cooper Rush. Daniel Jones by 3.
I might have to go with you on this one, man. Giants got a pretty stout defense. I don't like Daniel Jones. I have zero faith in Daniel Jones, but I don't know. Maybe he fucking lights up Trevon. Maybe they light up Trevon Diggs for 300 yards and 4 touchdowns.
Do one pick.
Yeah. So before we get out of here, bro, I want to see if your Super Bowl picks have changed just yet.
I picked Buffalo and Tampa.
I think so.
No, not yet. Not yet.
For me, I'm still sticking with Buffalo, but I don't know, man.
Strong. You're right there.
If Philly can maybe get it together, I'd love to see a Philadelphia and Buffalo Super Bowl. I mean, come on, bro. Just imagine Buffalo fans and Philadelphia fans in one setting. Oh my God, it'd be so crazy.
It's gonna be a very violent fucking game. Fuck you!
You're gonna see all kind of fights in the stand. This gonna be the first Super Bowl we see a fire. We see a fire out in the stands. Fans them motherfuckers gonna get to fighting and rolling all on the field. You gonna see somebody getting choked over the barricade.
Beer bottle, aluminum bottles gonna be broken over people's heads and shit. This is gonna be crazy.
Josh Allen throws the game sealing interception. Fuck you, Josh! Throwing beer bottles at
These motherfuckers gonna storm the field, start beating the shit out of the team. Gonna be violent. This is the most violent Super Bowl in history, ladies and gentlemen.
That'll be some shit. They'll put that shit on pay-per-view.
Todd,
get the SWAT team. No, fuck that. Get the strap.
Bills on Super Bowl.
Fuck no. Get the strap. Get the strap.
Where the fuck is my escort? Get me the fuck out of here. Turn that damn camera off, son of a bitch.
Report live from Black TV. White people are dead. We're getting the fuck out of here.
Hey, man, we finna go back here and take all the motherfucking food and shit and plus the merchandise and whatnot. We finna sell this in the hood, too, for $20. What's up, man? What's up now?
You crazy, man. Anyway, man, once again, man, we thank y'all for tuning in with us. This has been another great episode. We're going to try to get a little more consistent with y'all, but, hey, people got personal lives. Motherfuckers going back to school and shit, so just work with us. We'll be back with y'all next week. We also got we got another guest coming up later on this week. Be on the lookout for Rittner High School quarterback, offensive Suburban North Offensive Player of the Year 2012, Terrence Hollins White. Y'all know him as Peanut. Be on the lookout for that interview. Until next time, man. Once again, subscribe to the group podcast in the meantime. Taking Shots with Tim, Breland, and Ryan. Y'all can find us Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, Good Pods, wherever you get your podcasts from. Of course, subscribe to the YouTube channel. Like, subscribe, share, comment, whatever. We appreciate the continued support and love. And once again, man, until next time.